Welcome, welcome to the Speed Game viewers. It is Map Rando time once again, as always, every day, all days. So this is the Super Metroid Map Rando weekly, and we are about to get started. A little bit of delay. The racers are already going, but here we're the communities all watching together, talking amongst ourselves. We don't know what's happened yet, so don't bring any spoilers into the chat, please. And we'll see what kind of seed we get. This is the weekly settings. So no starting items of any kind. And we get a parlor start. You can take some real damage here in puddles. And there's our morph ball. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and mark morph. Mark synchronize. What is this number? About 19. So we're gonna have a little bit of pause, freeze frame on the left side as the stream synchronize. This happens with every race. Just the nature of the internet. As for what they're expected to do, you get Morph Ball here at the moat, and you're meant to do Alcatraz escape to get out. If anyone's really keen, they can try and CWJ over the moat. But there's nothing guaranteed to be over there. Yeah, the runners today, Darth Radius and Draculizard. Going by the point system, they should be evenly matched. And that's what I try to bring you here on the non-tournament restreams. Lower the game sound a bit. I know that I'm quiet, so I need to make the game quiet to match. Just part of this microphone. Supposedly there are ways to get a software amp, but very intrusive to the PC. So, Leadoc's room. Is this logical? I don't know. I believe we did patch the logic yesterday. Okay, that's a reset. It's not live or anything. It's on a dev site. But we made it so that killing the, especially the left side pirates, the ones that are just climbing up and down the wall. Right now, killing them would be logical, and we made it so it's not, because it's slow. This room, however, pancakes and syrup. This is often expected in hard. This room with nothing comes into logic at hard. It's also a refill room, if you would rather take this much nicer room. Power bombs and... unfortunate, not the one of every ammo room. One missile, 2 X's. Health is still pretty tight. See if Draki has any trouble getting out. You only have to go up a little bit. Radius took more than 35 health. 35 damage. So... yeah, unfortunate. So it sure looks like you need to farm some health to continue down purple room. Then come back up, farm some more health. Once we have power bombs, there's a lot you can do. 40 health this time on Draki's side. Draki the lizard. Alas, no bot commands today. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, they're down 6 health at that save, and that'd be enough. Funnily enough. 40 health again. So you can die over and over, but you need to like think about how you're saving time compared to your previous attempt. The last attempt did make it into the door frame. But like, if you don't like your fall through purple shaft, the purple room it's called, you could be more aggressive with the resets. 46 health this time. So if it's like these earlier attempts, it should be okay to get through. Grapple room with a missile pack, and also the top of GT. 19 health is enough to scout. Crew attack. I don't think it's in logic with the power bomb boost. Because we need an E-tank. And also, seeing that missile pack should mean there's a reachable E-tank. There was the one in X-ray. So if it wants them to get that, go through the Torian Pirates. Oh, but we have Sponge Bath here. Okay. With Sponge Bath, this is not logic. Because it expects it to be full of water. So that means logic is going to be what Draki is doing. Because I don't think Radius saw this side of the room. Only use the room to farm. Wave Beam. Wave Beam is for the Wave Gate room. Do we call this a lead? Hey, Draki's a little bit louder even. The E-tank is probably going to be pretty important this dude. So you're going to feel really nice having it early. Same can be said for Wave Beam. Right now it's like looking definitely required. Save up, good. So on these settings, it is set to give you an E-tank as early as possible. And it wouldn't count the one at X-ray because of Sponge Bath here. So that means we have like exactly the items needed to progress somehow. Gravity suit. And there you go, gravity suit to get your E-tank. Wave. Okay, so Radius is gonna do what he thinks is logic with the screw attack, I presume. I imagine that's what's happening here. So logically, it would want you to do the power bomb boost because it's a little bit safer. But because of that, the health requirement to do the room is going to be too high for 0 E-tanks. And that's why you need to logically get the E-tank. The heat multiplier is 1.75. So you need 75% additional health for logic. It locked in that screw attack. Very nice. So I don't know what screw attack's good for yet. You have power bombs, and that's pretty good. So we'll have to see. The top of the Meridia tube is not going to be logic without a movement item like the gravity suit. That's a death. Yeah, we can really see you need this E-Tank. The gravity suit is going to unlock the E-Tank and also the Meridia tube. I know that without an E-Tank you can get the North Fair Reserve. It's called the Green Door item. The other bubble room. But I don't think it's logic to do that. And if it is, it would probably have you continue to the right side door. So screw attack is good for thread the needle here on Radius' side. But if you ever miss, if you miss an enemy and don't have your screw attack up, you're gonna get hit by the pancake for the full 60-ish damage. Every enemy in that room doing 60 damage without a suit. Okay, so we saw Metroids, and screw attack is associated with going through Metroid rooms. Rocky, of course, doesn't have screw. Knows where it is. So that might be a reason to like ignore the inability to go through the Metroid room. But you also want to do it safe, and no E-Tanks. Metroids is not that safe. Okay, we got Radius caught up on items. Yes. Rocky did find super missiles. Supers are good. And it's kind of just exploring this way. Not really towards the map. Some would call it away from the map. You need to balance heading towards the map versus away. Like on Draki's side, you have all ammo plus gravity. We found a major. X-ray. This looks like a map. So it's just the one heated room. They get the map. Even if Fantune's here, you can do this. We see an orange door and a pink door. So Fantune's not going to be behind those. And another pink door. That's just one of the rules that map Rando tries to follow, where ammo doors are going to be double-sided. GT is another major. How about that? It looks like you have to leave. Okay, Draki is coming back. That's good. Can get the map here. As far as we can tell, you need this E-Tank. But I don't think there's anything else we can really do in this area. E-Tank. So ammo doors are going to be double-sided. That's so you don't soft lock yourself. Like in Dash and Varia, or rather vanilla map races, you'd have to make a decision about top of Red Tower every seed if you didn't have power bombs. That was really close. So Darth Ray is trying to bounce on the power bomb. It's harder than it sounds. It's not like a regular bomb jump. You need to put it a little bit higher. And then also delay your unmorph to match. but definitely wants the super missiles. Is this in logic? I don't know. It was at one point, but it's really not easy. Yeah. So leaving is not too bad. There's another major. I mean, there's another X that is supers that Radius can just pick up. And all you have to do is survive the Metroids. Oh no. Okay. If you have Metroids on you, then they can eat your missiles. You see it all the time. Shooting super missiles to open a door. It'll just hit the Metroid that's attached to you. Get both sides dealing with this low energy. Draki is gonna get an E-Tank here though. So that's good. And then Radius gets the supers. Okay. So now it's gonna be a lead on Radius's side, I would say. Has that extra E-Tank and the screw attack. And it's gonna be closer to progression. You don't need screw attack, but, you know, nice. They could scout the GT Major. The door doesn't lock behind you. So you can power bomb the ceiling, look at the item and leave. And if it were a Various suit, you might want to keep it. But very unlikely to be Various suit. For Varia to be there, you'd have to get 30 something supers is probably the easier way. That or full beam. And then a lot of E-tanks. Because it wouldn't expect safe spot. Hey, it's Meridia. It's always crazy when the map... It's like you come from a direction, you go to a new region, the map says go all the way back. It's like parallel to the region. So we're getting the scout. Ice beam. Yeah, and then also the save is right here, so you can get all your health back even. How much do you value this E-tank? I think I agree with this E-tank grab on Draki's side. It's very stifling to not have as much health as you want. Okay. Yeah, Ice Beam can just sit there. We don't need it. Ice Wing makes things slower anyway. Oh, I missed that we have screwed up. Send it back to Radia's side with the audio, giving us the new content. I guess this is kind of the difference between them. Because you could say that they have the exact same items. But Radius is in Torian, exploring. Draki is not. Draki has to leave and then make their way to Torian and then can get to exploring new areas. There was another E-tank at the bottom of Brinstar, but I didn't see if that was possible to reach. It's also really far. So, this map... You're probably supposed to get a... Oh, nice. Pulls it off. You're probably supposed to get a movement item to get to the left side of Torian. And then the crabs will be your way back. Okay, don't fall in the acid, and you're fine. Get a drop? You got a drop. Did get a lucky super drop, but ran out of energy. I think that does connect to the map, that path that Radius was on. Because it was Croc Escape above, and that needs a loop back, and the loop looked like the way that it was taking. But all that was going to be out of logic. So that's why we are in Meridia now. One of us is in Meridia. We'll see if Draki first blinds Meridia, and then decides to stay in Torian or not. Because this is a game about choices. 2 energy. Oh, the map's 1 room away. Do you believe? That's a map. This is a successful expedition. That's what I call these trips. When you're blinding your way through. I see Metroids. That doesn't look logical. You don't have enough health for that. For that major. To do speed haul would take all of your health. Logically. Okay. So at the bottom here is Metroids 2. And then the room after that, I'm not sure. Gonna powerbomb farm the Metroids. Wow. Desperation. Well, hold on. It worked out. Double big energy. And it's a dead room. There's not many long rooms that are farm rooms. Like Thread the Needle might be the main one. So logic is not Meridia. And it's not the left Torian. Oh, hey, Spring Ball. Criteria, you're supposed to blind criteria, of course. Power bombs. Maybe not the friendliest seed here today. These are the weekly seeds and the weekly settings. The tournament settings are designed to help you finish seeds faster. The weekly seeds are not like that. Or you could call it the first generation if you like. Because you have to start somewhere. And then tournament seed built upon that. But a bit of a rough start. You had to work pretty hard to get your E-tanks. And right now you need to work for your information. Like it seemed like the path Radius took down through Flower House would have led to the map. Was still kind of far away, so not sure if that would have actually worked out. So if Draki power bombs the Metroids, they would have enough health to reach the item and see what it is. Spring Ball. Spring Ball's progression, of course. I don't see how that could be helpful, but we have Spring Ball. You can't get grabbed. Okay, well. Draki doesn't have enough health anymore. It's like maybe with a pause abuse, you could get within vision of the item. Or maybe you only get halfway through the room. Running it back. As to the speed haul item, I think it'd be filler. So I think it should be a beam. But it's hard to tell what we're running into. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit hot on Radius's side. If you make any mistake at all in pillars, then the acid rises a level, and you have to do it with that much more acid on your toes. So wreck ship. Taking Rinka hits, so not really gonna gain anything from this farm. E-tanks. Here's where all the E-tanks are. Hopefully Draki's not stuck. That is a thing that can happen in the game called Super Metroid. If you take a save, then these are the resources you have. We do have rolling saves. So there's the option of going back, reverting. Backloading might be the term. Because 76 isn't really enough for Hotarubi missiles. It's like maybe you could do it. Yeah, I think if you play it really well, you can get through. But you can take the revert. I think the revert's completely fine. For how bad the situation was. You just have to travel through Brinstar again. Like, did take the save after getting the items. Yeah, we have screw attack still. I see 2 majors. CT. Is that a different T entrance? It is. 4 majors on the screen we're looking at right now. So there you have it. You find your way to wreck ship and you're good. Let's see what we actually get here. High jump. High jump's pretty nice. The movement items are going to help you move through heated rooms. Pre-cathedral is a good example. Now you don't have to springball jump, you can just jump straight up. No one's getting Ice Beam just yet. You'd have to do the GT fight. I did say that the door does not lock behind you, but I should clarify that if you collect the item, the right side item, not the left side item, then it will lock. The door will lock. Also, if you fall through the crumbles, enter on the left, fall through the crumbles, then the door on the right will be locked. I was looking right at that. That was supers. Okay. No, it was health. I don't need to track health. Going down Grapple Tutorial 2 would be a one-way. You can get back out, but if it is with expert tech, if you don't have any movement items. That bot? You want to be poked to get your commands working again? So the state of things, Darth Radius has found the pool of majors that we need. Baser beam necessary. And is going through collecting them all. A high jump spring ball lets you get to the top of Screw Attack Room and get the other item. There was a lot of blind exploration to find Wreck Ship, and that is what Draki is in right now. Draki's route didn't really work out better early on. Radius had the stronger route. It's just how... I don't know. Necessary the E-tanks are. The early one, that is. Draki wasn't able to really save time avoiding that. Or I guess it was Draki that was playing the logic. And Darth Radius did the sequence break. Okay. So after the crab tunnel on Draki's side is Plower House. Has a lot of health and has enough ammo. It's also a super door on the other side. So should be able to get through. You don't want to stop for too many like kind of nice items like super drops. Gets through. Oh boy. So this is another acid room. You can do it, but it's a room where anything can go wrong. No two playthroughs are the same. 3 in a row. Okay. It was not meant to be. That's all we learned there. All heat. So a bit of a cruel seed. It forces you into Torian. And then to stay in Torian, it's all heat. So you have to blind the connections into other regions. Rule of 3. A heated room connected to another heated room, connected to another heated room. Grapple, not that big of a find. But there's one more. It's in Cathedral though. So, like actually in the acid. Ooh, gravity suit, so that's gonna help a bunch. But you know, it is hot the entire time we're here. Speed booster. Okay, we do a speed booster. Like, sure, we're beeping, but radius is fine. Confirm the Kagos. I don't remember exactly which set of regions we went through to reach Wreck Ship. But I don't remember seeing Norfair. Big Pink is usually good, though. Like, more health is good. With the items they have, like, you have your basic ammos. Darth Radius has some good movement items now. They both have Gravity Suit, which covers most of the movement needs. Like, all the water rooms. So there's a lot you can do. But heated rooms are going to stop you. You need gravity for water rooms. You need something for the heated rooms. And then Draki also needs something for the rooms that are just out of reach. The tall rooms. Yeah, speed booster. So we got speed booster out of this. high jump, spring ball, speed booster, Baser, and grapple. We see Everest, but we also see that they both have a gravity suit already. Yep, today's seed. Playing the weekly settings, so nothing special. It's just the Season 3 settings. We have saved the animals on, so we get to look forward to that. Perhaps pay attention to where Bomb Treezo is as we're exploring. But we are playing Season 3 settings, so that is all bosses, hard tricky, extra super packs, and that's it. Falling in acid, always bad. Makes it through. When you enter the room, it looks completely safe, but as soon as you land in that acid, the rate that you're losing energy increases drastically. Missile pack. So Radius, maybe not finding the almighty items, the charged plasma or Variosuit, but picked up enough that this kind of works as a substitute. We saw space jump there on Draki's side. Oh, what will you do now? Double chamber, very rough. Okay, I need to tell everyone. If you walk under the platform, the left side platform that moves up and down, you just have to walk under it. And then it'll move. It'll change position. And logically, that's what it wants. You walk under the platform, and then you do a wall jump to get onto it. That doesn't look so good. Draki in trouble. Stay tuned. This may be a soft lock. We can do East Ocean. This was a early gravity suit seed. Fantoon and Norfair. That's a disabled map sighting. And it looks like Pants Room is the way out. So Draki gonna cope a little bit and dig left. Look for anything. Draki's the one that knows about Ice Beam being at GT. I don't think Radius scouted it. Missile pack. So how much of a reset is this? That doesn't look bad at all. Can't go back for the space jump. I imagine you want to. In this world, Torian is the hub. So Radius doesn't know how bad it is over here, left of Torian. Took one attempt at it. Saw one heated room and didn't get through it. But there are 3 in a row. It was Flower House, Pre-Ridley, and Keystairs. Okay, the platform's falling. It went back up. Oh no. There's no explaining how their minds work. Yeah, Ridley sighted. Torian. Ah, we get a energy refill though. That should be good. Then you can just space jump back across, right? Ideal. Okay. So that makes up for the movement gap. The next biggest thing is the health gap. Radius is going to have the 5+2, Drakion 2+1. Radius also just hunting new locations. If you are heading to this major, you're going to want to refill first. Though I do see a 15-10-15, which is Crystal Flash ammo. You just never want to be on exactly 10 supers for Crystal Flash. Because you always need to use a super somewhere. But there's not really any farms here. Okay, you can use missiles on the store. And power bomb on the other door. It's all perfectly calculated. Somehow. Oh, just going for it. Okay. And then with the save here, you don't have to worry too much. This should be a beam, which would be Charger Plasma. Okay. So we're happy to keep charge. Resources, ammo-wise, abysmal. You have 1 power bomb. So you're gonna have to restock on ammo at some point. There are the Alcoons at the top in Hotarubi. Draki has to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't have much in reserve and about to get baby drained. See if the bot took my update. It did. Fantastic. Today's runners, Darth Radius, Draki Lizard. They have Twitch streams, that's how we capture their video feeds. So you can give them a follow if you like what you see. Yes, yes. It was long enough since I pressed the button that I forgot it was the tracker. It's one of my sayings. The hardest part of tracking is remembering you're the tracker. Yeah, charge too. We just got that. You heard me say, Radius found charge beam, and they're gonna keep it. But did not follow through on the tracking. 2 jobs is too tough. If you're interested in helping out, or with racing, you can join our Map Rando Discord server, where this is organized and run. Best way to get the Discord link. The Map Rando site has it, maprando.com. We also have a schedule. You should keep track of the schedule too. It's like, surely you stay. It's check tool time. We're rotating. It's like the only path that can lead to the ship. The map. the map, I mean. We'll care about the ship later. Right now we need maps. 44 minutes in, no bosses down. Really just how the seed played out. Let me tell you about Shack Tool and Vanilla. You just have to pass a certain part of the room, and then the flag will be cleared. So if you enter from the right, it gives you the flag. So the naive map rando that doesn't have patching, you would just enter from the right, leave, and then re-enter, and be cleared. But we have patching, and I don't exactly know how it works. But I do believe that it would be cleared if you cross the room. I think that's all you need to do. Like, visit the far side of the room. We got the map on Torian. So Draki gets to see all the connectors. That looked like Mother Brain. Like, Ridley's here in Torian. I didn't get to see the map at all. But peripheral vision says Mother Brain is here. It's Brinstar, and like if we are keeping things in our head, then Brinstar has the Ice Beam at GT, and is not worth getting. And then Torian is the end of the seed, with Ridley and Mother Brain. Fantoon is in Norfair. And I don't believe we've seen Dragon or Kraid yet at all. The finest lava. So Lava Dive is in Logic with Gravity Suit. I'm pretty sure. There's a tech for Can Lava Dive. And I think it's in Hard. I'm pretty sure it is. So you do the gravity jump. You just need to always remember that the health multiplier is there, and it makes it take nearly double health logically to do anything. So if it wants you to lava dive with that Varia, you need to bring a lot of E-tanks. Map. We have the ship next to West Ocean. I count 3 majors and no bosses. How many majors are we missing? Let's see, we don't have Plasma Varia bombs. So there you have it. Plasma Varia bombs. We don't have the Norfair map yet. And bombs, of course. That button. Somehow Map Rando has a way. Like, there's no reason for Varian Plasma to be picked up last. But it just keeps happening. Where the runners will find the items they really want last. That doesn't even connect. Long path, dead end to get to your Varia suit. And then Radius only doesn't know about Space Jump. Oh, Space Jump and Ice. So we'll see if he decides to continue all the way to the last major. Like it. Well, I think Radius's plan is to get all the majors. Then you don't need X's anymore. But you can't know that you're about to run into Plasma. As nice as it would be to find Varia and Plasma exactly here, you can't know that. It's just what's gonna happen. I believe Rex Ship had all the majors that Radius has that Draki doesn't. There's kind of been pockets of majors. You have your starting items. What do we start with even? Wave, Screw, Gravity Morph, and X-Ray. So, and then Ice is also there in Brinstar. We got those 5 or 6 majors in Brinstar. Rex Ship has 4 or 5. High Jump, Spring Ball, Speed, Grapple, Phaser. Meridia has Charge. Just way off on its own. And then Criteria has these 3. There it is. Go mode for player on the left. No bosses down though. This is about where we inspect the race room. The race room of 11 racers. Get any negative comments? These weekly races frequently get negative comments. They're just rough sometimes. If Varia was the first item, like maybe you don't continue, but I think you do because 2 out of 3 it'd be a beam. And then Draki is missing so much that you have to get all 3. And this is gonna put him in a pretty solid spot. Like you get the ship refill, and then you get Morph Bombs. And that just carries you up to Varia and Plasma. And we probably see Draki collect the X's. Because they have more interest in supers right now than Darth Radius does. No chatter in the race room, by the way. There are 11 racers today. These 2 X's are right here. Now, Crumble Shaft can always go bad. Exactly this can happen whenever you go into Crumble Shaft. It's gonna make it out with Space Jump. So Radius gonna run into the Torian map next, it looks like. And then should reset out of there. If you look at Torian here, you can't imagine it has every boss. So you look for Norfair. The tricky thing is you don't know which region you haven't seen. You just have to keep in your head that there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them. I know these names. Norfair. We haven't seen Norfair. The red one. However you need to remember. Cycling through the maps won't help you. You need to remember that you have not been to Norfair. I haven't spotted the animals yet either. That's the other thing we're keeping an eye out for. This is a animal seed. So Ray is going to take the Ridley fight. That means can't revert their save after this map. A little unfortunate. I feel like we're not going directly to Variasuit. I haven't been watching too closely. But on the side that is Draki Lizard, we don't have Variasuit yet. Ah, I see. There's another X that was close by. And then Radius. Yeah, everyone just rang into all the supers you need. Charge is in a pretty bad spot. Like, it's just slow to get to. And there's not many items that you definitely need. So why would you go for that? So this looks more like an ammo seed, yeah. But then you have to do so much. You have to explore everywhere and do everything. That it's fine that it's an ammo seed. Because you're just gonna run into ammo. But if you actively look for the ammo, that's where all the power bombs are. That's what Draki's finding out. Earth radius, everything except for space jump and ice beam. Space was in Norfair. Ice is in Brimstone. And this map will reveal the location of Norfair. Variasuit. So Draki in effectively go mode. Ah, there it is. Looks like you have to come all this way, anyway. Do you even revert? I don't think it was that far away from where they were. That major... Criteria has another major. Well, I don't remember what that is. Like, I feel like it was Speed Booster. Or Spring Ball. Okay, Darth Reyes into Norfair. Gonna go directly to the map. The map is Fantoon. And then we also have Kraid and Dragon here. One way, no problem. The only fear with one ways is Croc. But the way back would be to the left, so it's fine. Like, once you have everything in the game, you just need to worry about the hard one ways. Croc and Ridley if you can't kill Ridley. Rooms where there's a flag that lets you through. Like Acid Jozo, but we've also seen that. It's Metroids. Draki does not have speed. We'll see if that matters. As we just went through a speed locked room. Speed slash ice slash... I think it's expert tech, the crystal flash clip. It's certainly not easy to remember the difficulty of every trick in the game. Spring Ball is the item. But if you bomb jump into a crystal flash clip, then that has a second frame that works. So it's a 2-frame trick. That puts it in expert instead of extreme. Someone's hiding in the floor. Wake him up. Lee. Kill. Draki, indirect ship. Makes sense, but there's nothing here they need. You get speed booster, pretty sure. And it seems like you need that. So that'll be nice when that happens, but Wreck Ship has a lot of items. And apparently it's kind of big. Seems like we have a stacked ship today. Stacked with knickknacks. You don't really need them. And they're not useful if you get them late. But they'll look great in your collection. This is where Draki calculates every map room they've seen this seed. You have to remember that they know about Fantoon, but you count that one. And then decide, is this a right map or a left map? Criteria. Came from criteria. Just get the map. Just get the map. Come on. You can afford the room transition. Dragon gonna be the final of the 4 bosses today. Because Crate turned out to be en route to Fantoon. There it is, bottom of worst room. So, Draki making decisions. High jump was over here. I think that looks like high jump. This one's grapple. It looks to me like they're picking up everything. No major left behind. then speed to the right. It's been Spazer. Yeah, they got everything. Collection Master. I didn't see it. No one's correcting me, but we got everything. No boss kills yet, though. This is gonna be an hour 5 with 0 boss kills on Rocky's side. Darth Radius is about to have all the boss kills. Like, Rocky is in go mode, but with this amount of ammo, it's not a comfortable go mode at all. And that's why you would like to have charge. Yeah, Draki knows every major location. And knows that it's not the Brinstar one, because that's ice. So, if you really want charge, you go to Meridia here. But it's not a fast trip. That is the microwave! Very common way to kill Dragon. You need to do a charge plasma shot. And the shot isn't going to explode because it pierces enemies. That's the property. The special property of plasma. It doesn't explode when it touches an enemy. So you can abuse that with X-ray. Iframes continue when you use X-ray. So you just run out the iframes. And then the next time that the charged plasma shot moves, on the next frame, optimally, it'll do damage again. Welcome, Nito's Raiders. You're watching Super Metroid Map Rando, the weekly restream here on SpeedGaming 3. Featured runners, Darth Radius, Drocky Lizard. That is the animals. Okay, we found them. They're in Norfair. They have a fancy door and an item. The grapple through the ceiling tech. I don't see that often. It's very useful in that room specifically. Most often for collecting a drop that's through the ceiling. Yeah, the runner's here. I don't know if we call it having a hard time. It hasn't been a fast seed. I think Drocky's had more setbacks. Gonna get charged now. I feel like Darth Radius was able to keep making progress throughout the seed. But Drocky got stuck at a couple of points. Or spent longer like getting out of a spot, like Meridia. They took the save in Meridia. And then tried to run out maybe 3 or 4 tries worth. And that just turns into multiple minutes. And that is how gaps are created. Darth Radius back in Torian. Torian has Mother Brain. Okay, into the endgame here. Torian has Mother Brain. Norfair has the animals. Norfair also has Space Jump. And then Criteria has the ship. There are 2 paths to Criteria, I believe. We'll see if that comes into play. I don't think it will, but there might be a better route. Okay, Drocky is charge. It looks like we're not getting ice. So you want enough ammo to kill the Zebs, which isn't really that much. What do I use? 3015? I don't remember exactly. I should know because I'm still in the tournament. But I think I go for 3015 to kill the Zebs. And Mother Brain 1. Really holding on to these supers. The damage difference of supers and charge wave plasma isn't that great. Supers are gonna be more than double, but charge wave plasma is still really good. Blasted up the wall. The ring attack. Ring attack doesn't give you iframes. Or it ignores iframes or something. So all of them just hit you back to back. There it is. Mother Brain down before Ridley. It turns out Draki is going to be taking a very similar route to Darth Radius. So Radius got all the nice items first, whereas Draki had all the suffering and couldn't make real progress. And that's why they're far apart. 4.5 minute escape timer. I don't know how often chat guesses animal escapes, but it's a different skill set. It's an entire different magnitude of number. Rule of thumb is, the longer the timer, the more lenient the escape. Because everything is tuned for hard level runners. So if you, at the hard skill level, you should be able to just barely finish it. It should be challenging if you are a hard level runner. And since this is a race, that implies that you are very practiced at these, etc. So Radius into Norfair. Norfair has the animals. I spotted it at the top of whatever room that was. I think it was Aqueduct. And that's where we are now. Draki can get some more supers. Hopefully they're happy. Oh, they already had that super back. Never mind. Hopefully they're happy with the decision to get charged. There they are. You wanted animals? We bring you animals. And now you have 3 minutes to get out. And I believe it's pretty far. You have to go through pretty much all of Norfair, all of Torian. And then probably Criteria. Escape it all. Rocky about to start cleaning up bosses. 3 of them are here in Norfair. Norfair is not really all that big. Especially if you get to ignore the left half. But Dragon's at the bottom of Horse Room. Kraid's here on the right. And Fantoon is... You have to do a little bit of a spiral to get to Fantoon. But they're all pretty close together here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. Half your time's gone. And that's only Norfair. Oh man. This escape is madness. We're 2.5 minutes into the escape. And like halfway through Torian. It seems like Radius is doing a good job reading the map. The other side of long escapes is that they are long escapes. And you have to go through many, many rooms. That's hard to remember. Hard to navigate. Meridia, Brinstar. Wreck ship on the right, I think. And then Criteria up. Everything right there. Minute 20. It's probably enough on its own to cross all of Criteria. There's that microwave. Microwave's probably a little bit harder on Pantheon. It also depends on the quality of your beam. A little bit trickier to set up. Well, Dragon is pretty free to set up, the microwave. Head just shaking. Yeah, I don't know if this is the fastest route. 30 seconds left? Done. So 1:16:44 for Radius. GG. Done. I believe you're done. So we'll have Radius here in just a moment. Draki onto their final boss. And as we saw, should be a fast finish. Oh well. So Darth Radius comes in second overall. Wowee. 11 racers. Nito in first place. Darth Radius joining me now. Second in the big race. How does that feel? Mic muted. Then we just had Carter Freak finish here.
There we go. There we go. I'm unmuted now. So yeah, it feels pretty good. Pretty surprising to get in second place there. I felt like I was wandering a little bit, and I figured it's probably possible to like get a bunch of ammo and stuff and just kill Ridley and go left to Norfair. I'm guessing that's where ice was. I don't know yet, but I guess if you would have had to blind for ice, otherwise you're speed locked, right?
So Ice was at
So.
GT back in Brinstar.
Oh, okay.
Remember that major?
So, yeah, that major that I saw, I was like, I'm never gonna get that.
Yep, exactly. That was Ice. Draki did
Gotcha.
scout that early on. There's a
Oh, okay.
save right next to GT.
Yeah. I probably should have scouted it, but I was a bit reckless, I guess. Because, yeah, that save is straight across the hallway from GT there.
Yep. Yeah, I know it seemed like you played the seed pretty safe way now that we know where everything was.
Mm-hmm.
He went to wreck ship, and that just led to a lot of nice items. And we got to compare that with Draki's route, which was into the bad part of Torian and blinding Norfair.
Yeah. I saw those couple of hell runs, and I was just like, I don't want to do this bad stuff. Yeah, I guess some of the stuff I got over in wreck ship, I guess, was out of logic, right? Because I don't think the spring ball jump in the screw attack room is in logic, right?
That is in logic with high jump.
Oh, okay, with high
Not
jumps,
the
and
way
I
you
did
did
have
it.
high jumps at that point, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you did it off the wall, but you can do
Yeah.
it from the door frame.
Oh, okay. It's a bit easier to do it off the door frame. I don't know.
It's what
I didn't
logic
know you could
says.
do that. So. Oh, okay, gotcha. I guess are any of the instamorph wall jumps, spring ball jumps in logic for hard?
So those were moved to very hard. It's been a
Okay.
while ago now. They used to be in hard, but now they're all in very hard. Everything out of a wall jump.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was probably
I,
the one that, like, the reason why we had to change it, because you have to do it while taking heat damage.
yeah. Doing it in the hell runs. I guess I wasn't too worried about it because I think at that point I had already gotten what, like 4 or 5 E-tanks in a reserve, so it wasn't super duper scary, and it was attached to a farm room.
Yeah, wreck ship was full of items that you didn't really need, but they made everything else so much nicer to do after.
Yeah, they were handy. Was speed in criteria? I can't remember if speed was in criteria or if it was down in wreck ship too.
I think it was in wreck ship. Yeah, it was the last
I
item.
guess speed wasn't
Cathedral.
mandatory, but you'd have to blind ice in Warfare. Or no, never mind. You'd have to go kill GT. That's right, GT.
True. Speed was pretty important.
Yeah. Having it for getting through that, I don't know the name of the room, the pre-Batu module, came in real handy. It meant I didn't have to go look around for speed. I was kind of worried about that, or for ice. I was kind of worried about potentially needing ice, but then I got speed. I don't think if you have speed and like grapple and stuff, there's nothing that ice can be required for.
Yeah, we're just watching Draki finish up now. Got through the Mother Brain fight. But it is quite a lengthy escape.
Yeah, it was pretty long. I was pretty frustrated with myself. I went to start the escape, and I like to kind of get the map in my head before I start the escape. But the like little jumble of rooms right after Mother Brain I didn't have, so I had to map there a couple of times before getting on with it.
Yeah, I think you went through the map right before picking up the Fantoon map too, trying to find Dragon.
Well, when I was looking through the map before getting to Fantoon, I was peeking through the other zones for BT because I hadn't seen BT yet, and I hadn't really thoroughly looked through the other zones as I was going to find it.
Then ended up being in Fantoon's map region anyway.
Yeah, just kind of right there too. It was not very far off the path from heading out of Mother Brain, which is pretty convenient.
Yeah, I spotted it from the mini map because you got that close to it.
Oh,
it's hard to.
Really? I guess I didn't notice that, but that's cool.
Yeah, it's hard to read the map as a viewer commentator.
Yeah, fair, because everybody kind of peeks at it at different rates, so you don't really get the time to look at what you want to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a good race on your part. So GG's, well done.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I definitely did better than the last race, so I'm glad I was able to perform decently while I'm on the race stream.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good feeling. And
Indeed.
I don't know if you want to take off, say a few words, or wait for Drocky to finish.
Yeah, I can take off. That way, just chat with him once he's done. Well, thank you for having me on the restream again. It's super cool. I'm still real new to this stuff, so it's nice to get to be a part of it and everything. I appreciate that, and I'm excited to watch back to hear your commentary on it and everything, because the commentary from the last time I was on the restream was actually really helpful, and I learned some stuff. I appreciate that. So thank you. I'll pop off now.
Welcome, and thanks for being on. Great to have people on here, show off the different runners in the community. Everyone has a unique experience with the seed. We get to...
Indeed, that's what keeps me coming. That unique experience every time. It's sick. I love it. Alrighty, well, once again, thank you, and I'm out. Peace.
Has been Darth Radius. There's the link. Twitch.tv/Darth Radius. Dracula's are still going, about to finish. Okay, maybe I can look at the map this time. Wreck ship is there. Are we gonna cycle? I'd like to know if there's an alternate path to Criteria. Because the way that they played the seeds, like they did Criteria and Wreck ship, even in a different order. So it just feels like you can do it differently. Well, I guess Radius went to Criteria early. Got Spring Ball and left. So maybe there's nothing there. I didn't mark. In any case, we can see how much time Drocky Lizard has left after reaching the ship. Already saved the animals. We have 150 to get through Criteria. Well, there is another W. I don't know if it's better. It might be a little bit better. You don't have to climb Main Street if you climb some other room instead. I feel like Drocky got to this part with a little bit more time. Your room-to-room movement over this much time in this many rooms, you can see the difference, especially when there's a timer on screen. As long as you have something to compare it to. So Radius had just under 30 seconds left. We'll see what Drocky has, and be able to compare their movement in that way. The seed overall, it seemed like Radius went to the nicer parts of the map first. Drocky kept going to the rough spots. And then that just turned into a time difference. Oh yeah. Drocky got here almost 10 seconds faster. You would want to take the top door. But not a big deal. That's Drocky done. 2 racers finish. 2 races enter. 9 also enter, but we're not showing those. 2 racers finish. 5 have finished total. I don't think saying it that way was helpful at all. More confusing than cool. But GG. Dracula's finished 5th place. We had Super Sponge come in 4th. So it was Nito, Radius, Carter, Sponge, Draki. Then the racer's still running. We have Sky, Dublay, Ugly Grey Duck, Jacob Words, and Jacques. See if Draki wants to talk about the seed. We'll wait in silence. Perhaps read the schedule of what's happening. What is happening in the world of SpeedGaming schedule? The insider info is that Map Rando Gold Losers Finals is going to be probably Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that, but not on the schedule yet. What is on the schedule? Yes, the big one. The Today in 3 and a bit hours. Spiffy, Thomas, and Tillamorph. So that's the silver bracket semifinals. That's today on SpeedGaming Main. So that's something you're going to want to watch if you are an enjoyer of Map Rando. And I have to assume you are. Otherwise, we have the bronze finals next weekend. And the rest, not yet scheduled because there's only like 5 total matches in the tournament to play through. Otherwise, we have more Map Rando Community Weekly Race every week whenever we get a restream. The races happen without a restream, but every Wednesday and Saturday we have these weekly races where I invite on my 2 guests, watch them race it out, talk about the race after, see how they feel about the seed that was just played, Draki Lizard.
Hey,
How are you doing?
Can you hear me, Aussie?
Yep, I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, thanks for restreaming mine and Darth Race. I think we really appreciate it. I didn't know that you guys would have us here for post game comms, but I do appreciate that. I don't know how long he's been done for about 15 minutes, so how much we want to go over, but I'm willing to talk as little or as much as you'd like.
I guess we can start with how you feel about how you played the seed.
Yeah. So it's funny. You get to, I think, what was it, Turian, which was kind of like the hub for everything.
Yep.
And
Torian.
I kind of blinded, going into Norfair, which I think was like the absolute worst decision because, I mean, at least we knew that you can get that there was at least Fantoon there, and that it was speed locked. So that kind of like told me right away, oh, I should probably hunt for speed or get ice. I guess we could have done an ice clip, but GT was. It would be kind of hard to get it because I peeked and I saw that ice was a GT. I don't know if Darth saw that too.
No, Darth
but,
skipped it. Skipped the peak.
Yeah. So that did kind of help me as I narrowed down, and I'm reminded of many races and tournaments where speed is the absolute last thing that you find. So I wouldn't think that Rex ship would be the one where it had like charge and speed.
Everything
but yeah,
but charge.
oh yeah, pretty much, right? So once I got going with that, once I realized that Norfair was garbage, I ducked out, and then it was pretty easy to figure out that like all 3 of the other bosses, the G4 bosses, were in Norfair. So it was just a matter of like how much do I want to spend in each zone that has stuff, but like I don't want to waste a lot of time doing that. And when I'm checking all the dots, especially my criteria, which were pretty far out. I mean, I could have reverted, but like one of them was like Varia, and then there was Plasma, and I'm like, okay, well if I get charged, then I can stick with the Plasma. But I wasn't going to revert once I got Varia either because I didn't want to do a suitless Ridley with such few E tanks. Then I would have gone E tank hunting. So um, I think I'm guessing that many other players kind of just did the same thing where they just kind of kept looking around for speed, and along the way they just started collecting enough ammo and beams to where once you got speed, it was pretty much go mode, and then you beat like 3 of the bosses in 10 minutes, and you're on your way.
Yeah, so we saw pretty like very different routes from the two of you. Like you see the
Uh-huh.
Torian where you can't get to the map, but it is the hub, so you have to blind your next region. You both did go
Right.
through Meridia, and you couldn't even get the
Hmm.
major on that trip. Um,
Oh
but
yeah, that was charged right there.
yeah. But Radius went
I lost.
to Criteria next, and yeah, Criteria and Wreck Ship first, whereas you went to Norfair. And so he was
Yeah,
able to make like real progress, and you were kind of walled.
yeah. I wasted time in Meridia because I kind of got stuck with the Metroids there, so I had to double revert, and then yeah, I was spending too much time in Norfolk. I mean, I got space jump out of it, but when you talk about putting like 15 minutes into a dead end, it's like, well, how much are you willing to go through here, and then how much you just want to bail out and check the other areas? And you know, by the time I got the map, I had spent the map for Turin. I'd spent so much time down there in Norfair. It's like, well, now I see all the entrances to Criterion Wreck Ship. I probably should have just gone up there, but that's how it was. I was kind of looking for an entrance to another zone, whether it was Criteria or Wreck Ship when I was down there in Norfair and on that other side of
Right.
Turian, and it just
Right.
didn't work out.
Yeah, that was totally possible. It could have just been off of Norfair.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest difference. Radius going Wreck Ship, get all the nice items. You don't have any struggles after that point. Um,
Would space? So I'm guessing then space jump doesn't prevent him from getting most of those things. He can get across. He can get across Everest. He can gravity jump up there. He can get through lava dive. Um, so it figures
yeah, I
that.
didn't see anything that was like even logically a problem.
Okay.
Because
Well,
there's
yeah. I
move.
mean,
You're into spring ball and high jump right away, uh, from
yeah.
what he did.
Um, so yeah, looks like I got quite a few items because I was a few more items than Darth because um or Radius because I wasn't sure like um the ammo beam thing, and then I banked on probably not getting ice. So I was kind of like I probably spent a little more time hunting items than I needed to. That probably could have cut off a couple more minutes, but I think it was pretty much I think it was pretty much settled who was going to quote unquote win this little do I say win because there's it's a whole pool of players, but I think it was pretty much settled when I went to Norfair and he went up to Criteria. I think that was pretty much when it was settled.
That's how it looks, and it's probably something that's happening across the entire race lobby. But
Yeah.
there's smaller
So
differences that happened, like
mhm.
the early game in Brinstar. His route worked out a little bit better, uh, blinding the E tank earlier, and then having an easier time. But it was all smaller
Yeah,
stuff in comparison.
a lot of those hell runs really killed me in the beginning there. So on this restream, you're able to like you peek in on other players as well. Sounds like.
We only watched you two, the two of you.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was really great privilege. So thank you for asking me to be on there. It wasn't. I like to think my movement was decent. The routing was just not the best, and I probably could have made decisions to bail out of Norfair earlier. Because I knew that there was probably other places to go. But like I said, I didn't know where the entrances were until I got the map. I should have just checked green Brinstar Shaft and then kind of just went on my way. But that's how it is sometimes. I'm fairly satisfied with my movement and my tech, even though it's not the best, but it's getting better now. It's got to kind of work on my judgment to figure out, you know, my saves and my reverts so that I can maximize my time even if I take an initial wrong turn.
Yes. So yeah, been great having you here. Great having both of you. It's been a fun watch, and
Yeah,
perhaps
thank
we'll
you,
have
Austin.
you
Yeah,
back in the future.
that would be great. I'd consider it an honor. I was talking to Darth Radius too, and he was wishing me good game and stuff. So he's a good racer just by looking at his recent times, and I'll watch the VOD and kind of compare how we're doing at certain points, and it'll be fun to see. So thank you again, Austin. Thank you for Speed Gaming for hosting this. I know it doesn't always happen, so I consider it a privilege for everyone, not just when it's me, but when the rest of the community gets to show off their skills. So I really appreciate it, Aussie. Thank you as well for getting it set up and having us restream.
Yep, sure thing. So with that, I think we are gonna be done here. So I'll close it out. This has been the Super Metroid Map Rando Community Weekly Race on this fine Saturday, end of May. Tune in every Wednesday, Saturday. With the tournament ending, we'll probably pick up with more restreams of the weekly races. So we can look forward to more great content here on Speed Gaming. Yes. And that's it from us. So good night, everyone, and see you next mission.